Yeah. Well, let's talk about how it should look. Like, what should the process of getting in shape, for someone that's a little older, maybe they worked out a little bit, like high school, college, it's been 30, 40 plus years since they really did much, what should that approach look like for someone like that?
I think first it needs to be personal. I mean, we do small group personal training, but I do an assessment that's extremely personal. I just did a 90-minute assessment, and the thing that I'm trying to gather is where they're at that current moment. What is their health history overall? What is their current health history, like current health state? What have they done for fun? What have they done with exercise? Have they ever had a trainer in the past? What do they like to do? What are their dislikes? Trying to figure out how they should be approached as a human being, first off. I think that's the most important thing, period. Get rid of fitness. Actually get to know them, show them you care. The way we do it is I literally call it caring, connecting, coaching. That's what we offer. And so during our actual assessment, I'm trying to figure out how much this person is going to allow me in, because then that relationship actually leads to change. And so I think first off, it has to be a personal approach to the individual. And then when it comes to fitness after 50, if you kind of want to talk about that, it just has to be understanding the contraindications, understanding the correctives of every condition. And if you don't know it, go look it up. Nobody's walking around with all that knowledge in their head. You know a baseline, you take your notes, you do a good enough assessment, and if they have blood pressure issues, you just know pretty quickly over time that they don't need to be going up and down quickly. They don't need to be holding their breath. You should not be teaching them, a power lift, Valsalva maneuver, if they have high blood pressure problems. They're just things that you start to gather and you start to grasp over time, and you can apply it daily to that demographic. But they can be trained like any other demographic, just within their actual realm of conditions and their realm of capability. And the more that they learn, the better they get, the more you push them. It's just like any other demographic.
Yeah, it's interesting. Before we even hit record, we were talking about like why we do the podcast and stuff. And I told you, well, half of it is I just get to learn myself.
That's awesome.
And right now I'm taking a lot of mental notes, and I'm going to be replaying this and using a lot of this information because, if you're listening to this now and you don't know Jake and maybe you don't know us or whatever, we do fairly similar things.
Very
right?
similar, yeah.
Jake specializes in an older adult, and we specialize in people of all ages, but most of them are a little younger, right?
Yeah.
And I'm learning a lot from things that you're saying, so I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the opportunity to share it because we shouldn't be afraid. I think that's one of the things that, when you're afraid of a person or you're afraid of a culture, you're afraid of whatever it is, you're less willing to learn about it. You're less open to actually letting it into your own purview. But the more that we understand that somebody who's 80 can be trained smartly just like somebody who's 8, you fall down when you're 8, you fall down when you're 80. Problem is it hurts a little more when you're 80.
Right? Yeah, right.
So you don't like put handcuffs on individuals because of who they are or their background or their age or whatever it is. So I think that's the biggest thing is getting to talk about it and getting to share it and getting to spread it. It can make more trainers and can make a lot more fitness professionals effective when it comes to training this population.
Because what you led with after I asked you the question, that personal piece is so important.
It's extremely important.
One thing that I tell a lot of clients when they come into the gym is that I understand that you may not and probably won't ever love fitness as much as I do.
True.
And I'm okay with that. But I need you to allow me to tap into your life a little bit and help you understand what is the minimum effective dose
exactly
that I can help you reach to get your life where you want it. Whether that is to bench press X amount or squat X amount, I understand that that's not like a specific tangible goal for you, but it has something to do with these other goals that you have. And I'm assuming that in an older adult, those things are extremely important.
Yeah.
Because some of the things they can or can't do are just directly related to the amount of muscle they have, the amount of, power and strength that they have. So, do you ever see people come to you with very low abilities?
Oh yeah. We work with people that have had strokes. We work with people who have Huntington's disease. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but it's a very, they describe Huntington's disease. It's a neurological disease, a muscular disease. There's a lot going on, but it's like having, I can't remember exactly, but it's like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and like MS all at one time. So you're dealing with all these different muscular and kind of neurological diseases that limit you in an extreme way. And we have an individual, he's 42. Just kind of a tragic story. The guy played 9 instruments. He could speak Chinese, all kind of different things. He was doing really well in his life, and just kind of saw that he started to have detriment in his abilities, but he's very limited due to that condition. But my biggest thing is I'm going to give everybody a chance. If you come through the door, I'm going to keep you safe. I'm going to try to train you. I'm going to do my best to try to help you to understand what you can and cannot do. And then I'm going to take those capabilities and I'm going to enhance them every session. Mm-hmm. That's what we require our coaches to do. If you're not trying to get them 2% better that day, 3% better, whatever it is that they're allowing in that moment and their body's allowing, then you're doing them injustice. And it's the same thing with an age. If somebody comes in, we have probably 4 or 5 90-plus-year-olds now. I think our oldest current client's 94. And she comes in with her cane. I put the cane up and I put her to work, and she does it. But she does it when she has somebody next to her giving her confidence.
That's right. So important.
Yeah, and assistive devices are okay. A cane is an assistive device.